Well guys, that's footage of a bunch of people being thrown out from a performance of The Bodyguard last night in Manchester. Now you may be wondering, why were they thrown out? Well, it's to do with their singing. And let's hear some of them singing I Will Always Love You towards the end of the show, and you can make up your own minds as to whether they should have been thrown out or not. Now the footage here is very dark, but you can clearly hear them singing. Here we go. Yes, it's absolutely terrible. Have a look at these tweets from people who were actually attending the show. Have a look at this. Went to the Palace Theatre in Manchester to watch The Bodyguard, and a bunch of entitled P-words started singing over the lead during the final song. A riot broke out, the show was cancelled, and the police were called. Here's another one. Cannot believe what I've just witnessed at the Palace Theatre watching The Bodyguard. A mini riot after the show was stopped because audience members were trying to sing over the cast. Police riot vans have been called in. Chaos. What I find interesting about this particular case is, yes, I'm sure we've all been at shows where people behave badly and you wish they could be kicked out or they were indeed kicked out. I find it interesting that the police were called because it obviously got physical and that the ushers in the theatre couldn't deal with it, etc, etc. Because I don't know if you've noticed, if you've ever been to a show where maybe you get your phone out to maybe capture an image and people suddenly appear behind you with a torch saying, put your phone away. I'm thinking, if you're keeping a close eye on my phone, surely you can keep a close eye on drunk audience members. But it is embarrassing when this happens. I've had shows that I've done where people have been so drunk, they've been making no sense, dancing up on the stage, interrupting the performers while they're performing. It is embarrassing, it is pretty bad. I'm not surprised they had to call off the show. In fact, the lady who actually plays Whitney Houston's role in the show had to apologise on Instagram that they couldn't continue the show. So it was a pretty terrible event for everyone. I just think you don't expect your night at the theatre to end with a riot, police, and people being thrown out of the show. I mean, if it was like a show that was maybe a bit dangerous, oh, it's a show about the Taliban, or it's a show about, you know, the punk movement, or whatever like that, you think, okay, maybe we'll get a bit raucous, but not a show like this. So there you go. So if you want to see The Bodyguard, be prepared to take your own bodyguard with you. Thanks for watching. Bye.